Toy Spot, we are having a look at the NECA Toys Aliens figures. We're looking at Aliens, Genocide, Xenomorph, Warrior. A slight bit of a departure from the other two figures that we had to look at where they were very centric on the Aliens movie. These figures are based on the Aliens Genocide. It's recommended for ages 17 and up and comes to us from the folks over at NECA Toys. Spin around the back of the package. A read-up says their queen is dead and the hive has been left to flounder on its own. On a world bereft of only guiding force, a schism is taking place. It's a word that Spot never ever uses. Two strains of Xenomorph, formerly united by one all-powerful mother, now divide their forces for a world-shattering, acid-drenched civil war. Other figures available, there is the damaged Bishop, there is Ellen Ripley, and of course the red Genocide alien that we're going to be looking at in a bit as well. That being said, Spot's going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the NECA Toys Aliens, Genocide, Xenomorph, Warrior. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. While the red alien from Alien Genocide is a real stark departure from the classic tried and true alien, the regular Alien Warrior, on the other hand, is something a little more on the familiar side. I'm willing to bet, of course, that this is a re-release. I don't know if they've tooled much from the previous released Alien Warriors, because it does look like it has very similar aspects, elements, to all the previous figures that we've seen. It does have still the wire-tailed frame, so you can bend and manipulate the tail depending on how you want it. It does have also the removable back plug, where you could be able to adjust the head further back exactly the same way as the previous released Alien figures too. So it does look like it is just a re-release. However, something tells me that the coloring seems a little bit different on this piece. I feel like there's a little more in the way of this gold, almost goldish brown that they've washed on all the little creases on the figure's sculpt. That seems like that could be a little bit newer. You can see that even like in the hand, how it's got a little more of a gold color than the previous release, which I think was a little bit more on the grayer, almost blue side. He does have as well, or it has as well, the open mouth, where you can open the mouth itself and pull out the secondary jaw, the secondary mouth. I found that the jaw, though, was extremely stiff getting it out of package. So if you do get it out, just know that you can't open that. You might just have to get a little bit of extra force going on the jaw, though. The figure is tall, as with all the other Aliens figures tend to be. In fact, let's reach off camera, segue ourselves to, let's bring in maybe Ripley. And there's you can see the two standing side by side. Bang for your buck is what you get when you get a NECA Alien figure. You get a lot taller of a figure than a standard 6-inch figure, and the trade-off is a super detailed piece. Also, because it is the Aliens alien, the domed crest is now completely gone. Instead, you've got this ribbed top dome instead, which I kind of like more the dome myself, but I still like the look of the alien Xenomorphs. When it comes to his articulation, its head is on a ball joint, but then it has a secondary ball joint, I think actually at the base of the neck. No, actually it does not. It does not. It does move back and forth, of course, and then you can pull this back to get it a little more extra range. Shoulders hinge out, which, again, really stiff. You rotate the arms all the way around. Not so much double hinge, but it's a double bend in the elbow, but there's two ball joints, actually, that sit. One in the forearm, and then one in the elbow area. So you get a lot of movement there, rotation and hinge in the hand. An upper torso ball joint, and then ball hinged legs. The legs don't hinge out as well because they hit the side of the lower torso, but they move fairly easy forward and back. Double hinged knee, and not only a bend in the foot, but also a bend in the toe. That's a nice touch. So you could have it, if you could find a way to suspend it from the ceiling, you could kind of have it leaning off against the wall, which I think could be a really cool look to it. Of course, we've also looked at the wire-framed tail. That's always a present sight with the Alien figures. A good figure, a really good figure. You will, of course, feel that sense of deja vu when you start looking at a piece like this. You probably have seen and picked up this figure before, but I feel like, again, that paint is slightly different. There's a little more gold going on in this figure that I don't recognize from a previous released Alien figure. Is he worth picking up? Only if you haven't had a chance to pick up the previous one, then I'd say it's well worth it. The red definitely is a more distinct difference, and therefore I would say pick that one up. I think there was also a 2-pack available too, back before these were single releases, where there was the red and then there was the black paired together. A good solid outing, probably nothing real new about this figure release, but still not something that I would pass on if you see it. Today's Toy Spot, we will continue our looks at the NECA Aliens figures. We're looking today at NECA Aliens Genocide, the Warrior Xenomorph. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have the look at the red Xenomorph. He's right around the corner. Thanks for watching. See you next time.